tiele Nara harna Fea norta Laura tarie Ilialinque Melna carna Yenlaya Tiale ende Firie tinte Nimque kesse Alta kulde Sirelanta vania Javie Taukalla kui Iselan Manisere Elantuka Ranarave Lumevaya Lelanta Ormenosta Sere alta Guirileianna Lategnalire Quilde tiele Nara harna Fea norta Laura tarie Ilialinque Lumeva naita inyayara Manisina nyerelena Sirenista tenite Urtuvalla fea naina Rimballa selaita tarie Chuileran lome varia Tira lånta i aure Lomeva maitsa silma mare Ando nurtanin kurava Alasse tuile vilalare Nainatia quintenere Nilu ukarorontinenne Estelnena silelinte Kalmalanta mornia tinte Loteana la sisere Naira kuile Kalina nosta Rimballa selaita tarie Chuileran lome varia Tira lånta i aure Lomeva maitsa silma mare Tiala lire altemen Mornen nuro jalle pusta Telte sirena i auta Roma lire arvanarta Tiala lire altemen Mornen nuro jalle pusta Telte sirena i auta Roma lire arvanarta Calvan fuente naniana Al caronare sereninta
the heads up.
I have a good page of notes. The thing is, I don't in my mind remember anything from 4 weeks ago. So
Oh no.
hopefully the notes are.
So
So,
session, what would it have been? Session 95 we were on last time?
Yep,
According to
95 is
this,
what I
it was
got.
yeah, it was nearly a month ago.
Yep,
It's been
October
October's a
18th.
busy month. Yeah, that's it.
Landed in Vale.
So,
do you want
the big
do
escort.
you want to go for it, Rob, for the more
Have-
sober interpretation, or me for the more?
Oh, what style do we want? Do we want Arco's drunk history?
It should be a
Let's
segment.
go. I think we need drunk history. Let's go.
We're getting the
Okay.
we're getting the recap, and that's it then. Basically, this session.
Just misinformation.
My sources are the same as Homer's. My cousin heard it in a dream. Okay, let's go. Aubrey and Sentry Hobart speak under the mountain. Aubrey is displeased with Prince Delay and the lack of clarification about the will that they are to carry. Crete appears, clasps them, and tells them that he wills that Vale repay his financing of their city with loyalty, not mere words. He wills that they use their own words, as in Aubrey and Sentry, promising wealth, and reminds Aubrey to keep his temper and to only use violence if necessary. In the morning, Aubrey and Sentry come out to us in the roofs. We should arrive in Vale by next morning. I mean, it's very early morning when they come to us, and sunrise or later when we arrive there. With one rest stop on the way, we take off. For a while, Jasper and I notice an eagle following us. The gruff royal guards tell him to go investigate. Tell Lachlan to go investigate. He splits off with invisibility. After 15 minutes, we fear for Lachlan, and Jasper and I head back to find him. We see the eagle, who dives again upon seeing us, and Lachlan, still invisible, passes by us, and we try to regroup. We catch up at the rest spot. As we depart, we see the eagle following us once again. Aubrey indulges himself with an aerial assault on a beast, hurting with its head. As we come inside of Vale, with its majestic architecture, exuberant yet restrained. Glamour surrounds everything, from the towers and balconies to the produce in the markets. Enchantment seems abundant, red and gold patterns prominent above and below. We come to the Skyreach, where we descend to great attention. We are welcomed by a curt yet gracious elf, backed by guards with manacles for the griffins. The princes enter a hall to commence negotiations, while we mill about. Keck makes another embarrassing attempt at proselytism, while Lachlan meets an educated fellow who tells us that the people center their worship on Istis, goddess of fate. Before the Great Purge, a large dragon, Nargoli, took residence in the peaks above Vale, looting their riches. After, the people of Rangamont retook Vale, retaking the dragon's wealth and rebuilding the city in splendor. Aside from the luxury textiles, Vale lacks very much of an economy, and its prim and proper persona masks a seedy and rough underbelly. Oh yeah.
Lovely. We covered most of it there, I think. So, you find yourselves in a street, having been led down from the Skyreach stable. You've been ushered to this building where the two lords went in and left yourselves and the High Guard out the front. And then you were left there for an extended period of time. No one is coming or going, and you started to mill around and ask a few passers-by a few questions, and they seemed a little guarded of you at first. But that is where we left off. Now, it is still early in the morning as you arrive very early. The early morning sun is rising above you, and people are now more frequently starting to move through the streets. And you can see it is largely elves who are moving through. You see they seem to be wearing long flowing robes, and they all have elements of jewelry about them, it looks as well. Some have these very thin bangles that spin all the way around their arm, others which are just on the neck. It all looks very sort of thin and wiry, sort of golden delicate designs. Others have on their long ears, they have winding gold rivets that going all the way up. Some even have small little delicate masks on their face. But they seem to be just moving about their business, going through on their journey through the start of their day. You can hear in the distance the noise and crowds starting to build up in streets beyond. You are currently in upper regions of the city of Vale. You're in the higher areas, although you are still in towers itself. You have been travelling along sky bridges between these towers, and you are still essentially up in the air in the city in general. A lot of the city lies below you. But you are in a courtyard. It is all very nicely appointed. It looks very prim and proper, very fancy, and you're just standing to the side, almost awkwardly, as everyone seems to be just moving through. The High Guard who were with the lords and yourselves are just standing in a line alongside the front door to the building. So what would you like to do at the moment, guys?
Oh, we're still waiting for the princess to come out of the building they went into to begin negotiations. Is that correct?
They've not gone into a building for negotiations at the moment. They've gone into a room for resting. They've gone into essentially a chambers.
Okay.
When they went in, you did get a view inside. And you saw what looked like very sort of plush, finely fitted chairs and a table which was stocked with food. It looked very comfortable in there, but that was just a quick glimpse you got inside before the doors shut behind you. The lords never spoke to you, and you seem to be waiting.
Right. I think last time we were he's talking about asking if are we allowed to leave at this point? Are we supposed to just stand around and do nothing? Did we do that? Should we do that now?
I think they told us to wait, right?
Right.
I don't know whether they told us to go somewhere rest.
Yeah, they just don't talk to us much.
They hate us.
Yeah.
I think even though we're not allowed into the Citadel, I think there's something kind of intrinsic in that we've been given this charge. We've been kind of conscribed as bodyguards to these two sons. Yes, they're royalty. Yes, they're more powerful than us. Yada, yada, yada. But it's something that I think plays with our role as their guardians, and also kind of Romok's intrinsic nature. He's a bodyguard. He's a protector at heart. So I think his eyes will be sort of scanning, looking towards the Citadel, but also kind of looking at kind of just what's happening around here. What are the choke points? What are the possible threats? Who are these High Guards? So I think there's a certain calm about him, but equally he's sort of shifting on his feet, his eyes sort of scanning around, just trying to make an assessment for any kind of possible threat. Something around this area just feels wrong. Why are we being prevented from kind of staying close to the lads?
Okay. Oh, why don't you roll me a perception check?
Sure thing. 5.
5. You look around and you can see you are in this very nice area. You are surrounded essentially by white walls all around. There's doorways here and there, and there's a little alleyway to the side which looks like it leads down to a set of steps which seems to be curling around another tower. You see people walking past, but you spot no dangers. It all seems very above board, and it's you feel there's a certain elegance to it. So you're almost feeling uplifted, but also at the same time it's a place, and you feel like maybe you don't belong there quite as much as some of the other people walking around with this jewelry and these flowing robes.
Yeah,
Do
last time. Sorry, Karen.
I was going to say, do I notice anyone with multiple masks? Remember that guy saying about it's all in Vale?
Roll a
Okay.
you roll a perception check for me as well.
Perception.
Um,
14.
You look around and you do see marks, but they are these thin little golden effects. Just sort of framing the eyes almost,
Okay.
but no collection of them.
Okay.
And not everyone is wearing these as well. They all seem to be wearing different things. Some are on. They just have a number of rings, bracelets, necklaces. It's a variety.
So
Do aside from the two princes, did the rest of the the royal guard, not us like hired mercenaries, did they go in anywhere, or are they just standing outside, or what's up?
They lined up in front of the door. They put their chests down at the back against the wall as well. But they just seem to be waiting.
Okay.
They're completely at
Was it,
attention
is
and
it
in
High
full
Guard, did you say, or Royal Guard?
They're the High Guard, the Royal Guard. Yeah, they're both.
Yeah, they're interchangeable. Okay.
can Keck, after his kind of like his failed attempts to push Car on people, just kind of turns, see
Oh,
the Sentinels still
not this
staring at
again.
us. He's gonna approach the Sentinels and be like, as our lords are resting, where might someone of our station find rest in these parts? We are fairly new to Vale ourselves, and I mean, after this long flight, we all need a little bit of a rest, and whether we need to reconvene, so to speak, to do as all of the mountains requested.
So you see, as you go to approach them, you notice that behind their helmets, which are obviously they've got these face masks on, so you can just see their eyes. Their eyes are always moving around and just looking at every area around, also looking for threats. And as you come up and start talking to them, only one of them looks to you. It's the same one who spoke to you before, and the eye just fixed on you for a moment. We'll wait. We will be told what and where we need to go to. For now,
I missed that last bit. Sorry, it cut out.
I
For
think
now-
one is. Maybe if I was beside Keck at that point, I would say, surely the princes will wake soon, and then they will be awake for quite some time. Do you plan on taking shifts in your rest in order to accommodate the princes with guards at all times?
the eyes shift to you now, and he says, "You don't need to worry about us."
Well, indeed, what I meant is, when should we indeed rest so that we can provide assistance to the princes?
You'll rest when we allow you to rest. We don't need rest now.
Fantastic. Thank you. Come, Brother Keck.
As you're over here near the door, just roll a perception check for two of you as well.
Okay. Sorry, I'm a little away from my computer. Let me get back to it.
Just
That's
gonna lie on the
Hezekiah.
floor.
Yeah. Okay. You both can actually, since you're now quite close to the door, you can hear inside. You can hear what sounds like sort of muffled talking and sort of almost raucous, like laughing, and then you hear a sort of clattering of dishes, and it just sounds like they're having a good time in there.
Mhm.
They're not asleep, but they're not going. They're not like being attacked or anything like that. It just sounds like they're enjoying their fill of the food and the comforts which have been provided inside.
Yeah, the after party for the Griffin ride. Okay. Well, I'd like to go back to the group and let them know that the guards are as helpful as ever. They have not indicated what shifts any of us, including them, are to take, or whether or not we will be allowed to rest at any given moment. It seems that milling about this courtyard is what is ahead of us.
I'd probably say we should probably take whatever chance we can to rest. As they said, we need to be ready and waiting here. So
We have
maybe
no
take a
indication
little
how long. We have no indication how long the boys will be in there. We need to be
Yes.
prepared at a moment's notice to be called upon. I agree, Keck.
I mean,
We should take the opportunity to rest and explore where we can.
Yes.
do we want to maybe see what's going in on there, and then we can maybe get an idea of what is our time frame? One of us can go fairly small and have a little look.
Ah,
I was also intoxicated.
why must this always be my duty to?
You're the only one that can go small.
Can't you turn invisible? Oh, whatever. Okay. Yes, I
It's
can
a
turn
door.
into
The
a
door has
spider.
to open.
I can turn into a spider, but okay, consider this. What if I were to be caught in there? How would it look? It would look terrible. It would obviously look like I am somehow attempting to assassinate the princes to make the steel fall apart.
Well, surely you would be protecting them, right? My advice: don't get caught.
Yes, my advice, don't do this.
Well, if you want to be questioning about how long we got to rest for, then be my guest. But either way, I don't care. And Locke's just going to sit back on the sidewalk, put his bag behind him, and just put his feet up and just kind of just rest.
No, that
Perhaps
makes sense.
infiltrating the room ahead is not the best idea, but perhaps we can leave. And Romok sighs deeply. The guards are unhelpful, this we know. There's no
Yes.
point asking them to fetch us. But it's going into somewhere that we are clearly not supposed to be in is not favorable at all. So perhaps we take it on rotation. We go explore, we find somewhere to rest, we return back at regular intervals so that we are not that far from the sun should they need us. But entering this place we are so clearly blocked out from. Does not
Yes.
seem to be a prudent use of our time.
Alternatively, instead of finding a place to rest, why shouldn't we do what Locke is currently doing and simply make our bedding and take turns resting as we traditionally do? We don't know how long they will be. They will probably party for a little bit more and then presumably sleep for a good night in the daytime. We might be able to complete our rest simply waiting here for them. Two of us will be obviously alert. That should prevent much complaints from the guards. Does this sound right? I mean, we have bedded in the wilderness before. Some courtyard. Sure, we can ignore all the odd noises and all that here.
Yeah. Keck at this point is going to sit down next to Lachlan as well, put out his blanket, and just kind of like kneel down on it. But at the same time, he's going to reach into his pack and pull out Shafe's fractured skull and just start like turning it over and looking it over a bit because we've not really had chance to stop. And kind of with Lachlan being close by as well, kind of hoping to get some interest as well to try and see if, if this does hold any secrets for us.
What do you want me to do? Yeah.
Well, look, as you went and rested first, if you want to just roll a perception check as well for me, you're just trying to examine the skull at the moment as well, are you, Keck?
Is
like
this
10.
sound or sight?
Just sight.
Yeah, just kind of like turning it over in his hands, just kind of like looking at the bottom part, at the top part, because it was trying to replicate itself before. Doesn't really know much about it, but it's still quite an amazing thing to him, I'd imagine.
Roll a perception check or an investigation. Yeah, a perception check. Sure. Look, you're just enjoying your rest.
Yeah.
You turn the skull in your hands, and you can see it is metallic. You can see it is definitely not a living in any way. There doesn't seem to be anything of it which is organic. and there seems to be no life in it at the moment. It's completely dull and broken.
Is it like a crystal skull or something?
No, it's a metallic skull.
Metallic.
Yeah, the jaw is hanging off. It was completely opened itself very wide, now hanging loose. There's no bright green glow coming from it anymore. It's it's essentially completely inert.
I was wondering if like Keck and I should just be the first kind of watch for 4 hours, and the rest of you guys go to sleep, and then I can do tube watches, pick up for Jasper, and we'll be fine. Like, I mean, do people agree with the just rest and assume they'll take like at least 12 hours a night?
Yeah.
Mike, are you trying to say something? Oh, sorry, your thing was lighting up. Okay, so the rest of you guys go to sleep. Yeah, Keck and I will take the first watch. By watch, I mean like like you guys are just camping in a courtyard, like in your sleeping bags, I guess, and the rest of us, I mean, the Keck and I are standing around doing not much.
In terms
So
of
as you start unrolling bedrolls and bedding down, you look around and you see people walking past, and they are looking down at you, and they're furrowing their brows, and they're looking confused, and you see a few of them sort of whispering to each other. They hurry on past.
I look like beggars or
Yeah, I
homeless
think-
people.
Yeah, I think Romar kind of noticing this and still sort of shifting a little bit one foot to the other. It's not anxiety. It's more just he's eager to sort of know what to do and place himself. So with a deep breath, he steels himself, calms himself. What is around? You mentioned that there's a courtyard around us. Are they like kind of? Is it like wheel and spokes where there are alleyways leading off, or what's around? Is there an obvious sort of way into town, or a marketplace, or an area of residence? Or
So essentially, you are on this elevated platform that's sort of sprung between towers. You have walls, 2 towers going up on either sides to you, and just a circular border perimeter wall as well, which is going around. Now there is alleyways, a couple of alleyways which lead off, which look like they lead down to steps, which are going either up or down some towers. And there's various doors against these walls as well. And you're seeing people which are coming out of some doors, walking across, going down these alleyway steps, going into another set of doors. They're just passing through, it seems. It's not really crowded. It's just like an occasional trickle of people every now and then. It looks like this is not really their destination they'd be going to. This is somewhere they would pass through in order to get somewhere. But it's all very clean and white. It's almost like marble surfaces and very nice looking brickwork on the ground, which all looks very clean and almost near white as well. Although obviously it's quite a lot dirty compared to the walls, as it's of all the foot traffic. There's a few bushes which have been planted in plant pots, which are against the edges, and there's a small little fountain in the very centre, but it's quite empty.
I'd like to go and explore.
we
I don't think,
we were told by the guards kind of wait here though.
indeed.
I mean, if everyone wants to go to school, that's fine. Just
Yeah,
make
do what
making
you
sure
want.
we kind of relayed that on.
I would also imagine that where we make our little mini camp is like against sort of the walls of the building that they went into.
But with that said, and with the looks that the party are getting at the moment, rolling out the bedding, I think there is something in Romo's that, like, I'm not comfortable just bedding down out here.
Mhm.
And there is something Romo wants to be doing something. Wants to be finding a purpose. So even if he's just pacing around the area, he's not going to be getting his bedding out and bedding down with the party at this point.
I I mean, we haven't slept yet, have we? Because we literally got there at the night of, and we've flown through the night, and it's now in the morning.
Yep.
So we've got to keep that in mind as well. Our guys are going to be up for 36 hours at this point, sort of thing.
Yep.
So pretty knackered.
Yeah, I think you had a short rest at one point, sort of the halfway point.
Yeah.
That was kind of it. So, what would you like to do right now, Mark? Are you staying put? Wanda, what's your plan?
If Ramark is going to go for Wanda, I'll probably follow, because I'm knowing that I'm in Vale now, and the guy told me that I need to get to Vale to speak to someone. I'll just be raring to try and find this person.
Yeah. I think there's I'm 50-50 that I don't. There's that. I want to be doing something. I want to be looking. I want to be assessing our location. But equally, I don't want to stray too far. When I say I want to explore, I'm not thinking of like going way off from the beaten track. I just
You have
want to
an
get.
earring, so that's at least one thing.
Say that again. Sorry.
You have an earring, though, right? So at least
Yes.
you will be in touch with. Okay, who all has an earring? It's Jasper, you, me.
I think the only one who doesn't is Locke. Locke and Keck don't have earrings.
Okay, yeah.
As long as the rest of you are together, and if Romark is going with Twin, we're in contact.
Yep.
Do you think Arn's
Good
still
idea.
got his? So every time you guys talk, it just hears half a conversation.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay, so the two of you break off, and
Yeah.
where are you going to aim to go through?
I think there's the perimeter wall, isn't there? I think I'd just like to find somebody and just get a general sense of where to go from here. What's in the city? This is an information check rather than I'm just going to go off on a wander and explore the city. This is more about how long are we going to be here? Let's gather as much information as we can, for all we know, the Suns will be, in diplomatic conversations, or they could be having the time of their lives, and we could be here for the long haul. Just want to get a little bit of sense of what's
You're
around.
trying to find a passerby to talk to.
Indeed.
So you make your way over to one of the sides of the perimeter wall. You find the first person walking past, and again, they seem to be wearing these long flowing robes, and they've got a whole series of bangles on both of their arms. They're walking with their head up, the nose up, and they're trying not to look at you.
Hello, excuse me.
And
Excuse me.
roll a perception check. Not perception, persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Hey, boys, we
14.
move from the racist dwarves to the classist elves.
So this person comes to a slow stop, and keeping a bit of distance between you, they step and turn and just look at you. Yes, and it's a sort of a middle-aged elf, and he's just looking down at you. Almost, it feels like.
Hello there.
What's my help?
Just a simple question. Are the guards normally this standoffish?
Guards? And he looks around. Your guards? No. And he starts to turn to leave.
There's a flicker of kind of confusion and Roma kind of gestures towards the High Guard stood in front of the door. Them there. Are they normally this hesitant
We brought those
to
guys.
help?
So the high guards which you're talking about are the dwarf guards that came with you.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
There's no more guards in this area.
Right, that's my bad. I was thinking there were other guards guarding us
Romok's
from.
drunk.
Yeah. Romog's drunk, yeah. I think I've been drinking something that Arco's been drinking.
Well, maybe he needs sleep. He thinks he's exhausted.
I'm
He's exhausted.
Oh, sorry. So, to Recon, I apologise. That's my misperception. It's been a while. I thought there were additional guards from Vale preventing us from going in, but it's not. It's the Sons of the Mountains guards who are blocking our entry. Is that right?
Yes.
My deepest apologies. I've got the wrong end of the stick, and I'm role-playing the wrong thing. Okay,
Just roll that back and start your conversation again.
thank you. So yeah, do a little rewind and a little unwind. Do many people go into the Citadel there?
This is merely a passing through point. It's a very pleasant way to pass your time as you move between towers. You enjoy the fountain, you can enjoy the greenery, you can enjoy the company of your friends by the look of it. It gives a sort of smarmy little half smile.
I'll join into the conversation and probably ask where might one find themselves able to put their heads down for the night. We've travelled a long way by air. We're all feeling a bit fatigued.
He gives you a sort of curt little nod. Yes, quite. I imagine you're probably not ones to, by the look of you, reside up here normally. I'll point you down towards the lowers. And you may find yourself possibly to the Velvet Hearth, or maybe the Aurora Pillar.
Okay, thank you.
The lowers, they will be able to put you up, I'm sure, for the night. Be better than sleeping in the streets.
You said the lowers. Whereabouts is the lower? How do we get down to the lowers? The lower area.
You simply go down.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry to be so. Where is the way down? I was trying to say.
He gives a sort of an elegant gesture towards one of the alleyways, which have this set of stairs that are heading down. Right there, you'll find your way. Perhaps you can get your group and make your way down there as soon as possible. Now, if you don't mind, I have a lot to do today.
Well, thank you for all the information. You've been such great help.
Charmed, I'm sure. Now he backs up.
Romot leans in and just goes, "If you couldn't tell, I think that was sarcasm." And just turns and just tries to guide Twin. And I just lean in. I lean into Twin and go, "Everybody's so bloody helpful here."
He keeps himself facing you as he backs away and just sort of gently sort of nods and until he's far enough and he turns and he disappears off on his own set of stairs.
I'm sorry for that outburst, Romok. He was getting under my skin. I don't know what it was, but I don't know. It was just, yeah. I can't put it into words, but there was something about him that just riled me. I'm sorry.
No apology needed, my friend. We all have our trigger points. I know. But come, We have some suggestions of where we can get a good night's
Yeah.
sleep. But
Go let
perhaps we
everyone know.
should. Indeed.
Let's generally remember that we can chat in general, right? And if there's any relevant information, you might throw it back.
Sorry, you cut out at the end there, Arco.
Oh, sorry. And, like whenever we're like splitting up, right? The fact that we can actually talk to each other after being well split up is really neat, right? Like, so as we find out info, like for example, remember the eagle thing, right? Like we would be throwing back to you. Well, we saw the eagle. We haven't seen Lachlan. That kind of stuff, right? So like
Yeah.
what?
Maybe they didn't want to.
Yeah. Potentially
Yeah,
relay back
I think
from
we'll
about the
pass on,
place down in the
and I
lowers.
think,
Yeah.
yeah, agreed. I think we've got an option here. We could stay here. We can camp out in our sleeping bags, or we could find a nice comfortable bed to settle down in for the night.
Well, that sounds quite more accommodating. Should all of us attempt to leave, I do wonder if the guards would say anything. I mean, if they say something, I suppose we will stick around here. But in the meantime, I mean,
It's the
it
morning.
might be nicer to find a. Yes. Find a. Right. In the meantime, okay, let's see. It's Romok and Twin Edge who've gone off. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Keck and I are here awake, and Lachlan and presumably Jasper are here asleep. So I say to Keck, shall we wake these two, and should we attempt to meet up with the other two? Find our way down?
I mean, the guards did say to wait here, I'm assuming. It's kind of loosely phrased to
Their
wait.
nature is one where asking for permission makes no progress.
But
Perhaps asking for forgiveness if they tell
can't-
us otherwise.
If they can't reach us and we can't know what's happening, wouldn't the Lord of the Mountain be rather displeased with us?
Yes, this is a good point. Who wants to volunteer to be the one to tell the guards, High Guard, that we are betting? I mean, they told us that we
Yeah,
will
I
rest
will.
when they allow us to
Well,
rest.
Twin
Yet,
seems rather fired up this evening. Twin, how do you feel about it?
I'll go tell them that we're gonna bed down for the night. And if they got an issue, then they know where to find us.
if you come back here to do that, I will give you guidance just before you talk to them.
Cool. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna. Would you be coming back with me, Romok, or am I just walking back?
Yeah, I'm coming back with you.
Cool. So I'm gonna go to the Wolven High Guards to let them know that we will be heading to the lowers. What do you think? That pillar one?
Okay, so you make your way up to the guards, and they remain at attention, lined up against the wall as they were the whole time. What exactly?
Okay, so as I walk up, I will just say we are in need of rest. We've asked and we found there's an inn in the lower area. We will be going there to get some rest. If you need us, you could find us at the was it the pillar? Something pillar? Would he?
So, well, the place was called.
The only one I can remember was something called the pillar.
It was the Aurora Pillar. The Aurora Pillar.
So I say you'll be able to find us at the Aurora pillar.
As you say it to him, you can't see any facial expressions apart from the eyes, and you can see that they are just looking at you. And there's a brief moment before. No, you wait here. If you're tired, Take this. He reaches into a pouch and he pulls out a handful of these little circular little pills, essentially.
Adderall.
What are they?
They're like little balls.
He's dealing speed.
Yep. This is Panza
You need
Chocolate.
rest. You need rest. Take that. You're not to leave. We wait.
Do all of us need to stay here, or could one of us remain, be able to call the rest if needs be?
We're on the watch, the Lord's Mountain Sun. We will all remain here until we are needed. And his hand is just out in front of you, and you can see
Okay.
there's a pill for each of you there.
I'll take the hand, the full of pills. But surely, you as the High Guard will be protection enough.
You are to remain here as well. These are our instructions, and we're passing them on to you.
Okay. I'll go back to the group and relay all that.
As I'm right with you, can I examine the pills to get a gist of kind of like what they might be? Like a nature check or something?
I would hand one out to everyone and know that these were keep us awake pills.
So roll a nature check, please.
11. It's at 11. Sorry, am I not coming through?
An 11, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see that they're these sort of brown, dark brown pills with like this hint of blue coming through. They seem to have these little sort of flicks of sort of almost rust-like color coming through as well. And it's almost shines a little bit as you move it, like little sparkles are picking up and glittering across it. You smell it, a bit like iron, and slightly like mint, but ever so slight.
And I rolled nature. Any chance I can do like a medicine on it? Well,
Roll a medicine.
hand. Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, you can roll a medicine check.
27.
27. They smell, they feel like a medicine ball. You're not sure because you've not examined exactly what they could be, what the effects are. You've not been told they are. But as you smell it, you can feel you feel slightly more awake just from breathing it in. So you feel like there must be something strong within it.
Perhaps we should get a few more of these.
Does anyone want to roll a history check?
I'll try.
Yeah, I'll give it an attempt.
Hezekiah, you can't recall these at all. Brother Keck, you have no idea. Romok, you have heard slight bits of information. You've heard of the Dwarven Deep Guards using these medicine balls. They are specifically for and restricted to military use. And And the only reason why you're encountering them is because you are accompanying the Lord's sons. But they are known to help keep the guards awake and aware and able to continue fighting for long periods of time.
It is out of roll.
Holding back the sleepies.
I was just thinking, like if dwarves have a circadian rhythm, right? Like because they sometimes live above ground and sometimes live underground, then they would probably need this a lot when they're living underground.
Yeah, I think if I hadn't said already, I think I will convey this information, and they just like these are, you know how you get the Snickers bars or whatever it is that says along the side, "Not for civilians." Had a mate of mine who was a squaddy, and brought back, and all over it just had big capital letter print, which was not for civilian consumption or whatever it was. So yeah, in that vein, I will say this is these are serious. These are proper uppers. But I'm hesitant, to say the least. Nothing better than a proper, true night's sleep.
Indeed. I personally do not feel tremendously exhausted by what has happened today. So, the last 1.5 days so far. If it's okay with those of you who would like to use this, I would like to abstain, at least for now. What?
Looks sleeping, so can't respond.
I'd probably do the same at the minute because I'm not in that worse of a state, but it depends when, exhaustion and things might start kicking in through the day, and if that happens at a critical moment. I suppose for the likes of you and Lachlan, anyway, you need short rests.
No, only I need short rest for 4 hours. Like everyone else needs 8 hours. I mean, it's not a short rest. Just 4 hours of trance.
I mean,
by
more
8
for
hours.
Lachlan to like recover his skills as well. It's only a short rest for him
Right.
as well. That sort of things, but the exhaustion, yeah.
I've already used my short rest.
There are definitely people in the party who are more in need of rest than others. Romot, wouldn't say no to a rest at this point, but not in great need of one. Moment.
Now, we don't exactly know what this will give us. Is it the equivalent of being awake for another 16 to 24 hours? And, the energy associated with a good night's sleep, is that what this is supposed to give us? If so, then those who are most tired should probably take it. Otherwise, as we are not allowed to leave, but they did not say anything when we started unfurling our sleeping bags. I mean, look, 30 looks from these people, it's nothing to us, right? We're not that sensitive. Why not those of us who need rest take rest here, just by the side of the building that Princess went into?
It's as good a plan as any. These medicine balls, or whatever they are, they could do as well in the future. I say we hold on to them. We do not need them right now. What is clear is that these guards will not permit us to leave. That seems a moot point at this point.
Yes.
As much as I would welcome a comfortable bed, as opposed to sleeping out on this surface, they will not look kindly to us leaving this area. So,
yes, and we are strangers in a strange land.
Romot will pull out his roll from his pack and just roll it out and just sit down next to the rest of the party.
Kek, do you still want to be the other person who's staying awake?
Yeah, because I want to do a couple of the things yet. I want to use my little herbalism kit to kind of look over those mushrooms I had from a while ago.
Yep. Okay, so
Understand
back 20
them a bit.
minutes ago. Everyone else, go to sleep, and Ket and I will stay awake.
Okay. So
Yes, Dad.
I'm
To
old
try
enough
and-
to be your grandfather, Robok.
When did we pick those mushrooms up again? Can you remind me?
In the Yeti cave,
Oh,
they
yeah.
were luminescent mushrooms. Got golden luminescent mushrooms. You originally said they were green, and then you changed it to being golden luminescent ones.
Oh, here we are. Right. Got. So, what have you got to examine these? Sorry.
I've got a herbalism kit, which allows me to use my proficiency to help identify them, or apply herbs,
Okay. So
and I am proficient.
just roll a d20 with advantage.
D20 with advantage. I was going to roll 2 D20s on this. 6 and a natural 20.
There we go. Beautiful. Okay. You're going through your kit, and you have even like in the kit, you have a small little book which has got lots of little illustrations and accompanying annotations to go with various different herbs and plants and things that you would be able to find in your journeys. And you do spot one that sticks out to match up with this mushroom that you've got. This is the lust shroom. So ingesting this mushroom makes the creature who ate it hallucinate, making anything they see appear as a mushroom. Additionally, the creature has an unusually intense desire to consume all other mushrooms in sight, which puts them into a rather uncontrollable rage.
Can you just write out the name of the mushroom again? Because it was like
It
the
is the
lust,
lust.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, lust.
the lust shroom.
Lust shroom, okay.
That
The
seems
lust
fun.
So basically, they hallucinate, see everything as a mushroom, want to eat said mushrooms. They kind of go into a little frenzied rage after everything in front of them, basically.
Yes.
I'd just like to add to Hezekiah's backstory that he's done some things like this before. It's just they don't usually have the uncontrollable rage part. Like, you don't spend 50 years in a forest just talking to deer all the time, you know?
I don't think the deer ever talked back. You were just so high.
The effects would
Didn't
last
realise.
Last 10 minutes. Okay. Mushroom
Well,
soup
10 minutes
shop?
unless they are. I'm going to have to add a clause to this. They will be able to break the hallucination if they are. I'll come up. I'll have to clarify that. I'll have to come up with an exact reason on that. But there will be a way of breaking it. I'm going to find out how to do that. All right.
Kind of like a wisdom save every.
There will be something.
Yeah.
But that's the main.
Yeah, that's fine. I can live with that. That's a way of getting out of it. But you know, if you can feed it at a banquet hall and 20 people's different soups, like to see all 20 of them break that save straight away before the carnage goes crazy.
So
Yeah,
that
I'll
bit
give
of the Witcher.
I'll give you some further details on it later.
Cool. But yeah, that was the only thing I've got is a tree sap, but I imagine that's just normal old tree sap.
Any tree sap which you've collected will just be tree sap. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I've got 2 vials of that, you know. Could make the mushroom sticky. It sticks to
Sticky bombs.
it.
Oh, I was just thinking of something. Regarding food, you know how I can provide us with bare bones travel ration, and Keck can provide us with kind of, sort of, not fancy, but like real food, right? How these people look down on us as we are sleeping in sleeping bags on the side of the streets. Yeah, I wonder, Keck, if you want to like throw it all up, you know?
What was the last bit? Sorry, just make a load of
Oh,
food.
if you wanted to, you cast create food and water, because I mean, like, don't exactly know when the last time we ate was, but like, it might kind of be time, and it's nice to have like, the buffet table while we're taking turns resting.
Yeah, I can do. It's pretty much like a banquet for 15 humanoids or 5 steeds. So it's gonna be a lot
Yeah.
of food.
And if any of these bastards, want to look down on us for being poor people, well, then, you can't join us at the table. How about that?
Is this a spell which has a monetary component?
I don't think it does. Nope. No components. Instantaneous. Verbal and somatic, is it? Or whatever it is. Yeah, somatic. Just
Okay,
creating food and water.
okay. Is there a particular kind of food that you want this to create?
It's whatever I create is kind of barely bland. I think it says food is bland but nourishing and spoils within 24 hours. So
Okay.
it probably looks similar to the stuff we've had at the Dwarven Inn, being influenced on those big juicy steaks, but they're probably going to be a bit more disappointing when you try and bite into them.
Okay.
Or something.
So you cast this, and suddenly all around you, from the brickwork flooring, suddenly seems to sort of bubble up and create these lumps of food, which for a moment are formless. They're just these blobs of colour, which start to solidify and turn into. It looks like, for a start, you get a whole lot of potatoes. These hot jacket potatoes. There's a few cooked funguses which are popping up as well, and just a string of sausages down the middle.
Keck is just as well just going to make everyone like repeat it. Don't forget this will last the whole day, so don't just leave it here. Be sure to pack some for later if you should need. And probably call over to the Sentinels as well. There's plenty for everyone if anyone would care for some.
It's
You
like
watch.
30
They
minutes or
they
something
don't.
for food.
45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
Yeah,
Right.
So were you also conjuring the water as well?
it's both, isn't it? It's and. So yeah, it's 30 gallons of water,
Okay.
which
As you have no containers around, the water floods the floor, and
Right.
like half of the food is just instantly sodden underneath on the bottom.
I mean,
I'm sure
would
there'll
he
be some
know
kind of
that? He's
containers.
conjured it once before, right? So I'm
Yeah,
sure he knows that if there's a container, it's a bad idea.
containers in range, so everyone's random cups and containers and buckets just suddenly have water in them.
Okay.
Everyone's
Yeah.
water skins have got water in them. Like even the Griffin's pouches, if they're here, they've just all suddenly just filled with water, and any parchment and inks have probably just ran in this water.
You'll be out of range of the almost certainly.
Back in the olden days, right? Like the rich people really liked bathing in rainwater, and so like these kinds of fancy, high-class places, they often had like what you could think of as a fountain-shaped thing to basically collect rainwater for like bathing and stuff for the very rich. And I was wondering if he could just put the 30 gallons in there.
Well, you can see behind one of the plant pots against the perimeter wall, there is like a little watering can. And as you conjure this, you can see a little bit of water start to spill out the end of it. There are no other containers. other than the ones you brought yourselves. So you have food and drink now around you. It doesn't smell particularly good. As it's described, it is very bland smelling. It seems like none of it is seasoned in any way.
Didn't what's his name? The chef man come this way.
Oh yeah, the rabbit guy, Sylvester.
Yeah. He might be about. He might smell the bland food and come running.
I've been trying not to say this, but like I feel like very bland food is just your average North European food anyway. So like you guys would just be used.
Hey man,
How
come on, we got
dare you?
Just because ours isn't pumped full of salt and sugar.
Look. I'm not opposed to blood sausage or anything like that, or beans and toast. Like it's all good.
I mean, British traditionalist food is more like Chinese and curry anyway, right? So,
Oh, it is now, yeah. because of woke, you guys better join the English Defense League, to stop that from going further.
So after some time has now passed for you, you've all been sat here, rested, even conjured your food. An hour has passed, 2 hours, about 3.5 hours seem to have gone past before you see a familiar elf start to make their way back. It's the same elf who greeted you originally and brought you to this area, wearing the blue robes. He walks straight up to where the door is, and the guards. He says something to the guards. They nod their head and step apart, and he enters the building. The door shuts behind him. After another few minutes, he reemerges once again and comes and stands out the front and turns and waits, looking at the door. The door opens and the two sons make their way out. You can see that they are looking slightly more cleaned up from when they left off. They've had the facilities in there just to tidy themselves had they needed to. And they look fed and happy. The guards move in around and move into formation to go on either side of them. And they lead the way. The elf bows to them, turns, and starts to make their way. Hands clasped in front of them. There they go. As you're moving on, the guard turns to you and says, "Come now, follow." You're all then led.
do I get woken up?
As I said, I quickly rouse you.
Yes, I
Oh.
have to assume we would wake you up.
I don't know. You might forget about me.
That seems unlikely. Everyone, shove a couple sausages in your pockets. Let's skip.
Pocket sausage.
So you're led through a door initially, which leads into another tower, and then you follow a spiral staircase leading down. Go down only a little way before you come back out onto another courtyard. You go across through another set of doors, and then across another air bridge leading to another area. As you make your way across, you can look down and you can even see the city spread out below you, and it looks very impressive. The golden streets and the flags fluttering, and just the people walking through. Now you can see, even as they're walking through, their golden jewelry is sort of catching the light every now and again. You get these little glints off them as they go through. But you continue walking across several sky bridges until you find yourself moving closer and closer to this large tower, this very large building. You come to a stop. The blue-robed elf comes to a stop and says, "If you'll please make your way into the Hall of the Golden Veins." And he gestures as the doors open, and two more elves seem to be opening the door from the inside. And
Right, can we have the
inside,
name of that tower again, please, buddy?
the Hall of the Golden Veins. So this white marble door, in fact, sort of swings open with it, sort of heavy push of these two servants who are opening. There's this deep, resonant groan that sort of echoes around, and you make your way inside. And inside, you notice immediately the air is a little bit cooler in here, and it's even a bit sharp, and you can get this scent of sort of incense wafting through the air, and you can see that it must be coming from all these lamps which are all around the room. And the room itself is huge, this big circular chamber. It all looks pristine marble and veined quartz, and you can see these little golden embellishments, sort of, and the rivets just trailing down the walls and creating these little patterns that, almost like leaves, as well as it's a mesh of leaves, which also kind of create like a kind of scale type texture. In the very center of this room, is very wide. This is sort of like 100-foot wide, 120-foot wide room, circular room, and the ceiling. It doesn't really have a ceiling for quite a way. You've got about 80 foot high before it starts to peak and come to a point on the inside of the tower. You can see there's these nice dark wood beams going across the very top. But in the very center, there is this sort of great circular table, which just slap bang in the middle. This is a flawless slab of pale stone, and it's even sort of got a slight glow to it. And you see as you start to move around, every now and again, it's almost like a little optical illusion. You can see what looks like runes just glittering from within the material of the table itself. There's inlays of gold across its surface, and you can tell it's quite old, this table, and it has seen quite a lot of use, and it's like the very edges of it is sort of smoothed off in places and almost like it's cracked and just worn down over all that use. But also circling this table, there's these whole sets of these very tall-backed, narrow chairs, which are all made of this white wood. They're very kind of sort of spindly wooden chairs. They look elegant but fragile, carved thin to appear more like art installations than proper furniture. You're gestured to the elf who's brought you in, gestures for the lords to take a seat on the side of the table. The royal guard move and start to go to the very edge of the room, away back from the table. As they do, they turn to you and say, "You come with us." And they usher you and inform you to go to the edge of the wall as well. So Aubrey and Sandry move forward, and they sit.
Can I get a quick look at them, see if their like demeanor has changed, whether they are like maybe like disappointed or something?
Okay, give me a perception check.
Hey, there we go.
Ooh. Ah. You look at them and you can see they look very similar to how they had been behaving before. So, Aubrey is sort of puffing out his chest and sort of looking more lax and sitting overly comfortably in his chair, you would say. Not slapped, but, you know, he's not too formal. Sandri, on the other hand, is sitting a little bit more upright. He has his hands just rested on the flat of the table in front. And he looks to be just waiting. He looks more measured and balanced in contrast to his brother. But that is how you have seen him so far.
So no change.
Doesn't seem like there's much change at all.
No subtle undertones of success or overconfidence or
As you have known these two for the day, well, for the night, they look very similar to how they had before. Aubrey is overconfident, it feels like. He is brimming with confidence. Sandri is a lot measured and a lot more subdued. A little bit more serious. But other than that, you don't pick up anything.
Okay.
There's no hidden gestures or anything which is sort of piquing your interest of something. Keep an eye out.
Do they seem a little like drunk or anything?
They look like they've had their fill of food and drink, although they don't appear drunk.
Yeah. It all compete with dwarven constitutions.
But their mind stomachs. The elf bows and thanks them, and then makes his way out. And as he goes, he says, "The lords will be with you shortly." And he bows. And he leaves out. As he leaves, it looks like he has a word with some of the other elves who are on the very border of the room, and they nod, and you see they come out with some containers and glasses, and they start to put them on the table in front of the two lords, and they say, "Would you like some wine?" And you watch as Aubrey just immediately says, "Fill it up." Sandri just taps his finger on the edge of the glass. The glasses are filled, and the servants move back. But Aubrey and Sandri don't take a drink. Which is Aubrey picks it up and just sort of puts it to his nose. Smells shit. Stuff they've got here. Doesn't hold a candle to what we have in our mountain. And Sandri just turns to him and says, "As you would expect, brother. Anyway, he'll be here." Another 5 minutes passes, and eventually a procession of people start to make the hall. You can see there's a variety of people now coming in. There are all these sort of very tall elves dressed in different garments, which all look like they have elements of this jewelry about themselves as well. Some of them have like these nose bits of gold which are ribboned across the nose and sort of curl into these rings underneath. Some on their ears. Some have got like this little tiara thing and this sort of headpiece which comes down to a little pearl in the center. Others with very decorative necklaces. You can
Doesn't it,
see
like almost most of these elves are high elves, right? Not wood elves.
these certainly seem to be high elves. Yeah.
Mhm.
You can see that they're all in these rows of sort of soft silks and embroidered finery. Roll a perception check for me as well. Anyone who wants to try and take a closer look.
That 20 to an 8.
Nat 20.
Hey, there we go.
Okay. Well, the majority of you don't notice anything. Brother Keck, you're standing probably the closest to them than everyone else, and you see as they come in, you do sort of take in what they're wearing, and you're admiring it for a second, but then you suddenly take a slightly closer look as they're moving through, and you realise, although they're wearing all this finery, on a few of them it looks like there's areas where, although the material is very rich, it also looks like it's been mended and remended, and then cleverly disguised, sort of look new and fresh. You definitely see signs that it has been reworked several times. So now, at opposite sides of the table, stand Dobry and Sandry, the sons of the great lord of the mountain. On the other side, each of these lords are now lined up in chairs. You can see the difference between the two sides, quite immediate, stark. The dwarves, they're built obviously from the mountain, stone. They're broad and sure-footed, and you can see the dwarves wearing their strength openly. Their clothes, which are layered with layers of leathers and fur and trimmed with hammered brass and dark steel, and boots still carrying that dust from the forges of the tunnels of Herdogus. The dwarven guard then also standing behind them, motionless, still as statues, all hidden behind their facial visors. The silence, which is long enough to sort of grow a little bit uncomfortable. The lords exchange glances. No one speaks first. With a grunt of impatience, Aubrey breaks silence. So, this is how Vale welcomes its guest, is it? Make us wait long enough for our beers to frost and then greet us with silence. Else, I've seen warmer faces in a tomb. And his brother has a slight smirk to his face and controls it. You see, lords all lined up seem to sort of stiffen a little bit. And then the first of the lords sort of leans forward slightly. His voice is a lot smoother than the dwarves, and rather dry. You stand in the seats of our forefathers, son of Herdogus, a place of order and ceremony. We were ensuring everything was prepared properly. Nobody just snorts back. Order and ceremony. I call it stalling wrapped in perfume. You knew we came bearing words of trade and treasure, and yet here we stand treated as supplicants. There's a pause. Sandry just steps forward, smiling. He's now got a slightly softer tone and more careful tone to his voice. Now, let's not scorch the gold being weighed. Lords of Vale, our thanks for hosting us. I'm certain your time is valuable, and we'd not waste a moment of it the matter were not of great worth to both our realms. You watch as those lords they ease up a little bit, only slightly. A servant signals quietly from the side door, and within moments, a line of more of attendants enter. They're now carrying more glasses and vessels, and a long, thin pipe, which is trailing from a central crystal decanter. They bring it in and they put it in the very center of the table and start to spread the pipes out towards everybody. Placing the glasses in front of the lords and pouring the same sort of amber liquid wine that two sons of as they put down this decanter in the middle, the scent of its honeyed smoke starts to fill the air as the pipes. And the same lord, leans forward again. My dear fine sirs, heirs to the mountain halls, you are welcome here in Vale. Drink, smoke, ease your tongues before we speak of coin. You watch. Aubrey seems to narrow his eyes. It's the same thing. And you watch these massive dwarven hands close around this delicate stem of the glass on the end of the pipe. And he lifts up and takes it to his mouth. Sandri just nods, raises his goblet. To new ventures and the hope of mutual prosperity. And the lords all echo his toast. They raise their goblets all around the table. Sipped.
We need a wine taster. Make sure it's not poison.
Pipes are picked up, and the room becomes more hazy as the smoke curls lazily above them, coiling through shafts of sunlight. The smell is now quite strong. It's perfumed and sweet. It's hanging in the air all around you. It's so thick, in fact, now everyone is partaking of this that you all, in fact, would feel slightly lightheaded. Sandri puts his back down. Our father, Lord Grint Horbar, sends his greeting. You know the might of Adogus. Forges, soldiers, gold. But wealth without expansion is like a mine out of it. Runs dry. So that brings me to what we are all gathered here for today. For centuries, you've sat, put that on it, and done nothing. It's been long known that you tried your hand at mining for anything of value and failed. You have never had the ability or aptitude in your many long years to ever find your taste in the deep delve. Whispercaps been our home and our vaults for longer than you can imagine. Whispercaps offer no more new adventure. Nothing seemingly hides within its rock heart that we haven't already discovered. Our Father, Lord of the Mountain, believes there is reason to explore your passages to cut, stone to carve, earth to delve. You have so far spurned all different approaches to this before now, but before dealt only with envoys, with smaller words and smaller presents. Now we have come, and our word, I think you'll find and realise, holds far more weight and should be considered more seriously. Aubrey just sits back in the chair. And in return, Vale would have what it sorely lacks. True wealth. Not painted gold on your marble, but treasure that runs deep. We offer a share of our coffers, enough to fill your vaults anew. Gold to glimmer in the eyes of your people again. The words just hang in the air. See some of the lords start to shift. One of them shifts his fingers, tightening around his goblet, clears his throat. Clears her throat. Sorry. This member of the council, she looks younger than the rest. Her voice is almost musical. It's a difference to the dwarven voices which she says, "You speak as though you already know our needs, son of Grim. Vale has never begged a coin from outsiders." And Aubrey just leans back, voice a little low. "Please, you may have all the showings of wealth, but your city leaps. You may keep your secret tight to your chest, but even through your vice grip, the truth weakens from time to time. No, you never beg for coin. Trust me, your coffers whisper loud enough, and we can hear the echo all the way across in Herda. Hear nothing except creaking chairs. The insult seems to have landed. In the distance, a servant drops a pipe. You just hear it clink to the floor. Sandry just quickly responds, smiling still. "What, my brother? Is Vale deserves better. It deserves to shine as it once did. Our father offers partnership or patronage. We would raise a mining settlement at the edge of your mountain. Craft your trade routes. The wealth we pull from the stone would flow through Vale as much as her donors." Another member, this time looking visibly older than the rest, holds his hand. His eyes quite pale and sharp as glass on two brothers. "You would build within our mountain. You would bring your forges and hammers into the Overvale Peak, into our lands." Oak comes back. "Into the mountain? Aye. Lands you do not use nor can. You've tried and failed. We know the stone. We can carve its veins clean." And Sandra comes back. "Think of it this way. Dwarves of Herdobus have no need of your cities, your towers, your politics. We wish only for what's fair, a claim to what lies beneath the stone, where none of you dwell. And in return, wealth beyond your measure." Long silence. The lords of Vale look among themselves.
Sorry, who said that? Was that Santry or Aubrey?
That was Sandra. You can see something flickering on their faces. The first lord comes back. "You come with tempting words, son of the mountain. The Vale does not open its veins so easily. We will," he looks to his other lords, "consider this offer." Nobody just laughs. The echoing sound that sort of fills the room. "Consider quickly, my lord. The mountain waits for no one, and neither does our patience." And he pushes back his chair, and sort of punches his fist into the table. And you just hear the scrape of wood against the marble, with the echo of his fist. Sandry follows him, bring a polite nod. Our thanks to you for your time. May your deliberation be swift. The fortune favours those who act, not those who ponder. Wait too long and it will be your children who revel in the wealth rather than yourselves." The Lord comes back to him. "If you would just give us time to discuss your offer, I would suggest we reconvene here later. We will send word. In the meantime, please feel free to explore the city and partake of many things that our city has to offer." And with that, brothers turn and leave. You hear their heavy boots thudding across the marble floor. The guards fall into step behind them. The great doors close once more. The Lords of Vale remain silent, eyes fixed on the gold-veined table, their reflections staring back, thin and pale. You find yourselves now outside of this chamber room. The two lords take a stop, talk to each other, and they turn back to the guards. The guards nod in response to whatever is said. And the two lords went off again. You can see ahead of them that same figure in blue robes is leading them back to the area they had been in before. Guards start to follow. One of them, however, drops back for a moment and says to you, "We return now to the chamber for the lords."
Is
Where
this the
we will
High Guard,
wait.
like the Dwarven High Guard?
Yes, the one who's spoken to you before. We will remain sentinel outside the residence. You, however, can make do with your time however you wish. We will send word to you when we need you. I imagine it will not be long. Do not stray too far, and be back here as soon as you can.
Where will you find us?
Well, we aspire to rest at the. What was the name of the inn? Romak and.
Yeah, Worms if we're not there.
Romak and Trinidad.
Aurora Pillar.
Worms if
As you're
fully booked.
saying this, Locke, he looks to you and says, "Tell me your name."
You should know it.
He just looks at you, waiting.
Is this the guy who told Lachlan to go chase down that eagle?
Yeah, back away all day, man.
He turns away from you and he looks to you, Brother Keck. What's your name?
It is Brother Keck. Follow
And he turns and he walks back into line with the rest of the guards who are a little way away now. He doubles to catch up. And as he does, you hear in your head, Brother Keck, "I will call for you when needed."
Thought they didn't like magic.
Very well. Would you like to know about Car?
No response.
Can I talk to you about our Lord and Savior, Car?
To the side of you, you see there is another blue-robed elf who's standing, hands folded in front of her, just waiting and watching.
How do you think that went in there then? Good, bad? What do you think? I'll be asking the elf, by the way.
Oh, you got the elf. Okay.
Yeah.
She just looks at you and says, "Oh, I wouldn't like to comment on such politics are beyond my station.
Well, I mean,
If you
go on.
want, I'm here to. What I can do is I can offer you assistance in pointing you towards places of interest you may be interested in visiting."
What is there to do in your humble city? I think that, say your parents never have been here. Where would you send them?
We have a variety of wonderful shops which you can visit. There's plenty of merchandise you'd be able to buy, and many wonderful things you would be able to collect to fill your house, or creatures you would love to have, to own, or to eat, or to wear. But you may find yourself down to the central courtyard in the lowers. You'll find a magnificent statue in the very center, depicting a fight against the dreadful dragon.
Cool.
You also have the ability, although I'm not sure about how much time you have. You can make your way up the mountain and visit the dragon's lair itself.
Oh, well, that sounds
Also
delightful.
There's also the Evergate, which is way away off the beaten track. You could say you will have to venture outside of the city walls in order to visit there. However, these are maybe things for an extent.
As a guy who's with Lachlan, I would like to say, oh, my good lady, that is so interesting. Thank you for this information about your ancient town. I was wondering, where one might find the commercial and industrial sector of the city. I was very interested because so many people here were wearing such fine clothing, where one might find the textile workshops in this city.
By all means, I can lead you there now if you'd like.
Oh, well, let us find out if the rest of our group is interested in that right now.
Yeah, I want to go to bed. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Well,
Perhaps we are a little tired, so if you just give me some written directions, I might be able to find it tomorrow or later today.
Absolutely. Well, if you're looking for rest, I can point you towards a couple of places. And she starts to give you directions. She gives you directions to the Velvet Path and also the Aurora Pillar Inn. She then also gives you directions into the other districts as well. Places where you will be able to find clothing, bookstores, magic shops, apothecaries, inns, the stables, general stores, even the temples. She gives you directions for it. And everything she's telling you all in the lower levels. She's not telling you about anything in the
Hmm.
I don't know if I'm right here, and as Twin hasn't spoken up about it yet, I was the only person who witnessed it. Kind of after hearing what was said between them in the doorway. Am I right in like sentinels at the door? That's something about. Well, there is my notes just wrong.
The guards, the deep guards, the royal guards, all went with the lords back to their chambers, which they were in earlier.
It's more to do with the masked man that Twin faced off with, because obviously the Keck was there with him, and Twin hasn't asked anything about it yet, and I can't remember what the organisation was called that the man
It was
told us to try and find.
It was the 100.
100.
Yeah.
There was no mention of. Yeah, there's been no sort of masks that you've seen.
Yeah, but kind of to the woman, Keck was kind of like, do you know anything of the 100?
Second. Second one, just checking something here. The 100, yes. Well, I'm not sure that'll be much interest to you. It's kind of in the center of our commercial district. You will find a building, the 100 offices of records and accounts. Its building has very large arched windows. There is bronze plaque on the door which does read the Office of Records and Accounts is the only marker you'll find which will reference the building. It doesn't hold a sign other than that. It's one of the buildings that kind of blends in with the others, I'm afraid. So I can't give you too many directions to it. but you look for a bronze plaque beside the door of the building with the arched windows in the center of the commercial district. You'll be able to find it.
Kind of Keck looking at Twin and like, maybe somewhere to start.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm not sure it'd be much use to it. It's an accounting and archival firm. It manages trade records and estate ledgers. Not really anything visitors might be that interested in.
He's big into his numbers, that one.
Very well.
To be fair, I've still got the trade routes papers I found in which I think it was the I got trade route documents I can try and give them. Want to change?
Probably up front, though, isn't it? Let's be honest.
100%.
What would you like to do here, guys?
Right, let's go to this pub because I wanna sleep. You guys have been asking questions. Shall we do this? Shall we not? Let's go rest. I'm getting cranky.
The Aurora Pillar has been recommended. Let's make our way there.
Lead on, and with utmost haste. God, I
So you make your way.
I mean, Twin, we're not sure how many other chances we might be here for. Is there something you'd want to do now, or would you want to do the rest? I think it's kind of like, if Twin wants to go off, Keck will probably follow on because he's kind of clued in with what this is going on as well. And as a, I know it's splitting the party, but at least he's not going off on his own sort of thing.
Yeah, if they go into pub, I'll just head into the archive place and meet up back with them.
Okay. So who's going where then? Are you going there by yourself, or is anyone going anywhere else, or how would you like?
Does have an earring? Is that right?
Twin has an earring, yeah.
No. Oh, does he?
I haven't got an earring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I don't have one. Twin doesn't have one.
I just feel like someone else should go with him. Ideally, there should be two people. Maybe me? I can go with French.
Romok's up for a jaunt. Romok's up for a jaunt. He'll go with Keck and Twin.
Oh, is Keck also going? Okay.
Yeah, I said Keck would probably go with because he was with Twin when this kind of kicked off as well.
Okay. I'll stay back then with Lachlan and Jasper, and you three go.
Okay. So the first group of you are heading towards the Aurora Pillar Inn. You find it is a sort of tall circular building, all of white marble, and you see there's sort of these small floating lights hovering in the corridors when you go in. It feels sort of rather dignified and almost, like a library. It's quiet. There's not much noise in here at all. As you go in, there's an elder elven man walks up. He bows slightly to you. Good morning. I am Silinvar, caretaker of the Aurora Pillar Inn. I welcome you. Please, if you would mind, sign the ledger, and we can sort you out a room. How many of you will be boarding with us?
What's this ledger? What do we have to do?
Merely put your name, and then you'll obviously give us the money.
Is there any no terms and conditions or anything?
The only conditions I have is that you keep the noise down.
Well, I'm
And
only
also-
looking to sleep, so there shouldn't be any problem there unless I'm snoring.
Very good. I would urge you, please take it very seriously. We are a quiet establishment. We do not want to disturb our other patrons. Please be mindful of those around you.
Of course. Thank you for your gracious accommodations. Sylvanar, was it? We would be looking for 3 rooms.
Silin Var. Silin Var.
Silvanvar.
We'll put that there. He said, I take it you are not Valians yourself.
Alas, no.
I see. Well, we will have a wonderful room. Right? Absolutely. How many did you say will be staying?
We seek 3 rooms for the 6 of us.
3 rooms. Absolutely. We can put you in our very well appointed rooms. Be 3 gold a room.
Have you got anything, just like a bed? And
Yes.
some
The
walls
grandeur of the city
and a door.
astonishes us so much. We are accustomed to the more menial accommodations of the road.
Roll a persuasion.
Persuade him to sleep in a worse bed.
Yeah. you do it, Lachlan. Go for the persuasion.
There we go. 12.
Give me an a perception check, or an insight check, I would say.
Okay. 14.
You can tell as soon as you walked in, he had eyed you up and down and had passed a judgment on you.
Yeah.
He seems to be trying his best to get you to go for something more expensive. He wants to give out. With your persuasion check, we can offer maybe a less appointed room. Sure. We have our merchant's quarters. Be 2 gold a room.
I'm just gonna blank stare at him.
2 gold is suitable.
Anything, just like we're not going to be here long. We'll keep the noise down. Maybe just put us in a corner somewhere with your worst rooms. And if your worst rooms are so fine, maybe we'll tip well.
You watch as he sort of gives a sort of heavy sigh and very well. Have our more modest rooms. 2 silver a room.
Perfect.
Put your name in the ledger of all of those staying.
I'm gonna write a random name that comes into my head.
And he passes you a small key for each room. Says, your keys for the night. Return them to me in the morning, and please remember, silence is gold.
Thank you.
Back we go to the other group. So Romok, Twin, and Keck, you are making your way to the commercial district. As you're going through, you're noticing a lot more people now, and you see it's not all elves around you. The other group as well, you would have noticed this on your way to the inn. It is not just elves who live here. You can see that there are a few humans here and there. There is even what looks to be bugbears, few of those hanging around. And you even spot, every now and again, very small little green chaps, goblins, moving through in different areas. Give me a perception check, all of you guys.
Yep.
You move through these crowds trying to find.
Cool.
Yeah, another 20.
Okay. Romak and Brother Keck, you looking around trying to find the building. Every now and again, people are just pushing past you, and you do feel people are acting against you as they're trying to move through. And you hear them just sort of say, "Excuse me," they somebody else move through. They don't seem to be saying much at all. Pardon. You get nudged here and there as you're moving through, and eventually you find yourself in the central commercial area. Brother Keck and Romak, you both feel at one point a pull on your belts. Passes you.
All on the belt. Can I whirl round to see what that's about?
You've been robbed.
As you're moving through, it looks like a goblin just passing you has just sort of grabbed onto the side of you as they come on. They're not looking at you. They just continue walking.
Excuse me. I'd urge you to keep your hands to yourself.
The goblin turns around, wheels on you, and you can see they're sort of a little bit scruffy. It looks like they're trying to wear robes like some of the elves are. They're makeshift robes. They're kind of made out of dish towels and things attached together. And look, you go, "Oh, sorry, my mistake."
Can I do a quick pat down of my belongings?
You can just.
Do I notice that anything is missing or?
Same with Keck.
You check, and at the moment you don't spot anything that's missing.
At the moment, that's ominous.
Astafal's gone.
Can I just like?
Just
You know,
imagine.
when I'm in Calcutta, right, in the market sector called New Market, built by the British, the standard thing is to move your wallet into your front pockets and to keep your hand in your pocket while moving. I wonder if this is like a norm for like, you know, if you're used to city life. Fairhaven, at least.
Just kind of turn to Keck and Twin. Obviously, with the values of Herdogus, keep your wits about you, lads. We're not in Herdogus. I don't think the same rule about theft exists here.
Okay, upon hearing that, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'll just be very mindful of my my belongings now.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing. Twin didn't notice someone touched him, so chances are
I know.
Twin's always lost something. I'm more thinking like you did a pat down, but you know, like the rings for starters being an obvious thing to see. Are they still on people's fingers? The platinum ones from before?
Checking yourself, your rings are all there. Amongst your rings are all there.
Yeah. So
I'll check myself as well as and mark.
Check your stuff. Your rings all there. You're still carrying everything.
Okay.
You're not noticing the difference to what you're carrying right now. So you make yourself forward into the market centre and start moving through. You can see shops around. You've got signposts hanging, signs hanging from each shop. You can see the Silver Branch Magic Shop, the Root and Thorn Apothecary. You can see the White Ledger, the High Crest Provisions, and eventually you do search around and you find what you're looking for. From the outside, this building is a very sort of modest, almost government-looking. It's understated and efficient. It's pale marble, which is veined with faint streaks of silver, polished smooth enough to catch reflections. Has a pair of double doors at the front, each carved with symmetrical patterns resembling interwoven ribbons. There's nothing.
I'm just going to go through the door. I'll attempt to anyway.
Okay. The door does open, in fact. And inside, the building itself is quiet. It's a little too. Floors are polished obsidian stone. The walls lined with meticulously organized shelves and bound ledgers. Scribes in grey and white robes are moving silently, their faces hidden behind simple porcelain masks marked only with a number. As they're passing, you can clock numbered 1 through 9.
Okay, I'll walk up to the first one I see and ask if Voltron is there.
So as you do walk in, one of the master tenants is going to actually approach you and say, "May I inquire as to your business with the 100?" Looks to be like an elf by the height and the structure of their build. They are hidden behind.
I say yes. I'm seeking someone called Voltron. Voltron Dawn.
I may be familiar with that name, indeed. Yes. And you watch as the tenant, their right hand to their face, fingers slightly spread.
And I'm going to, I'm going to do the same and do the greeting and put the down to my chest and go, the mask reveals.
As the first guy, the attendant does his, he says to you, "The mask reveals."
Yeah, I do the same. So I put my hand up to my face, and then take my hand then down to my chest and go, mask reveals.
I see. Please follow me. And he leads you to down a little side passage in the room, which has a door on the end. And he knocks on the door. The door opens, and you walk in. And as you do, the room instantly goes black. And you feel suddenly a hood is shoved over your head in the black darkness of the room. And a fist slams into your stomach. This happens to the three of you. And that is where we will leave
What
it.
do you say?
Nice
Wow.
knowing you guys.
Just curious though, before, because obviously we all had a little like short rest in the courtyard. Did we benefit from a short rest in that courtyard? So I can kind of tick that off.
You can say you had a short rest. Yeah.
I don't think I recover
Also had
anything
you
major.
also had, yeah, because you also had a short rest as well midway of the flight. So you definitely.
Yeah, I don't think I gained anything back majorly, but the like of Lachlan with his invisibility spell, I don't think he got one, did he? What have you? But you're resting anyway.
No, I don't get anything. I need a long rest.
Fair enough.
Okay. So we are getting abducted. Well, somewhere.
Feel
Did I
like
hear correctly
Wait,
that all three of them
Can I
went
just
to the
clarify
room?
as well? Twin has been led into the separate room. Are Keck and Romok with him? Or has he been taken away after this like secret greeting separately into this like back room or other space?
All three of you were ushered into that room.
Right, okay.
All three of you were there when it suddenly went pitch black. It was essentially magical darkness which suddenly took over.
Okay.
You were then accosted in, or heads were covered with something and you were struck in the stomach. Very hard.
I feel like you had to say something else. It's like a two-part, Flash Thunder sort of scenario where you have to say the second bit.
Yeah, that's all I've been told by the other guy.
Yeah.
We will pick this up in the next bit. Find out what's going.
Ooh, dun, dun, dun.
Just curious, are they unconscious or just kind of
Nope.
dizzy and back on the head?
They're not unconscious. In fact, let me just roll some damage here.
I think it might be. a
And
bit
did
like
all
a-
three of us? Did all three of us get punched, or just Twin? Sorry, I think I'm.
That's what it
all
sounds
of us
like. It's
missed a little
all
bit.
three of you went in there,
All
and
three.
three people knocked you out, or knocked you hard, at least. And,
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I think I missed some of the detail there at the end.
Yeah, I think all of us got punched in the stomach.
Twin and Ket both take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Romok, you got hit the hardest. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Wow. Did my armor class not come into this? Sorry, 5 points was it?
Just 5 points, yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's remember that if they're not unconscious, they still have, two of them have the earrings.
So you're not unconscious, no. But you're in a situation. We will
Yeah.
find more in the next.
And did you say something was put over our heads as well? Like bags
Yes.
or... Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, just again, for the clarity of the notes.
Absolutely. Brilliant. There we go, though. You're in Vale. You've had a large meeting, and you're now free to explore and mosey around Vale. You're summoned again. Okay, go.
Mhm.
All right. Awesome.
That was fun.
Yep. Good finish. What have I done wrong?
You used your right hand, and it should have been your left hand.
It's like the Inglorious Bastards scene.
Yeah.
It might be more that like the mask reveals is if you don't know the response and you're in initiative,
Yeah.
and it's only later on you get told the response. But also, from what I've got notes wise,
Yeah.
apparently when he said mask reveals, you asked him what was the answer, and he just ignored you. Did he? Or not say anything?
The response correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got greeting, place hand on face, and remove an invisible mask, your chest, and say the mask reveals.
Oh, so we'll find out next session in 2027. 2026 even.
Right, so it sounds like we're definitely not on for next week. What is the other week?
On for next week?
I've got nothing on next week, I don't think.
Yeah, should be
Stay
right.
next week.
I got nothing on.
What's next week? 20.
22nd.
No, I can't.
The 22nd is next week.
No, I shouldn't. I think I'm alright.
We can work it all out. No worries, guys. Can't believe you've not seen Inglourious.
Nope, haven't seen it.
Are we not?
I know of the film. I've heard it's very, very good, but I've not actually seen it. I don't know where can I stream it? Is it Prime? Is it Netflix? Is it?
It
Actually,
was
I've got
on.
that.
It was on Netflix recently, I think.
I might have a look for it.
Might. Yeah, it'll be on Prime or Netflix probably.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have a look.
Killing the stream.